What's up, sports bettors? If you like lottery tickets with low risk, then you need to learn what a middle bet is. So we are going to be discussing middle betting strategy, and we have a little help guide here if you want to learn more about middles. But essentially what a middle will show you is when sportsbooks are setting the line at different levels. So they're not even setting the line at the same over-under. So for example, here for this tennis match, we can see Federico Correa versus Jiri Vesely. The total games market, there's a pretty big discrepancy. So we can click into this, and this is pretty interesting because WynnBET is setting the under 33.5 total games at minus 115 odds. But most sportsbooks have the main line, right? The main line market set at over under 32 or under 32.5. So as a sports bettor, my initial gut reaction is, wow, if most sports books are setting, the line in this tennis game at over under 32 or 32.5, and we can pick up under 33.5 at minus 115 odds, that's pretty great, right? So you can see here as well that Pinnacle, the sharpest bookmaker, they are setting the line for over 33 strikeouts at plus 116. So you can get over 33 at plus 116, and you can get under 33.5 at minus 115. So we'll go through a quick example where we can imagine what happens if we place, and I did bet on this, under 33.5, Correa versus Vesely. I hit it for the max, 804.50 to win 700. But we'll go through very briefly. Imagine if we place the bet on both the over and the under. So if we bet on Pinnacle and we bet on WynnBET. So if we go here, we can imagine there's three cases, right, technically. There could be exactly 33 games, right? There could be 32 or less, or there could be 34 or more, right? So on Pinnacle, we're betting $100, imagine. Let's say, we had a Pinnacle account. Let's say we placed $100 on the over 33 total games. And let's say we placed $115 on WynnBET on the under 33.5 total games. So one of these bets at the minimum is always going to be winning, right? If there's 32 or less games, so if there's 32, 31, 25, whatever, then we're going to be losing our over on Pinnacle, so we're going to be down $100. But on WynnBET, we're going to be up $100 in profit. We're staking 115 at minus 115 odds, so we're just going to be flat, right? We're going to lose $100 on Pinnacle, win $100 on WynnBET, so we're flat. Now, if there's exactly 33 games, this is where it gets interesting, which is why a middle is a low-risk lottery ticket, right? It's a very low-risk lottery ticket. So if there's exactly 33 games, then our bet on Pinnacle, because we're nailing 33 exactly, that's going to push, right? So we're going to get our money back. That's going to be refunded. So we're not going to be up or down anything. Our net profit is going to be zero. And then on WynnBET, if there's exactly 33 games, the under 33.5 still cashes, and we staked 115 at minus 115 odds. So we're going to be up $100 in profit, right? So our profit's going to be $100. So in this case, both bets win, right? And then if there's 34 or more games, we're hitting our over on Pinnacle. The over 33 will cash if there's 34 or more games, but we're losing our under 33.5 on WynnBET. So we're going to be up $116, $100 stake at plus 116 odds on Pinnacle, and then down $115 on WynnBET. So you can see in all three cases, which is every possible case for this tennis game, there's actually, there's exactly 33 games, there's 32 or less, there's 34 or more. We're either flat or we're up money. And essentially our sweat as a sports bettor is that there are exactly 33 games, right? Because then our bet on Pinnacle will push, but our bet on WynnBET will win, right? So that is middle betting, and that is how a middle bet works. And this is a real life example of me placing a middle bet. So I don't have access to Pinnacle, right? I'm not located in a country even that has this sportsbook available, but because this is the sharpest bookmaker, and they're pricing the under 33 all the way down at minus 135, and I can get a full additional half a game on WynnBET at minus 115, this bet is a total slam. So I went ahead and I locked it in, right? That's an example of a bet I want to be all over. We can look, there's actually some other middle bets that we can go through, but as a sports bettor, that's exactly what you're looking for, right? This is exactly what you're looking for. So we can actually see there's a few more that maybe we want to go ahead and lock in. So here we can see this is another perfect example, right? Where sportsbooks are setting the line at over under 36.5, and in WinBet you can still get the over 34.5 for Mackenzie McDonald, right? In the ATP tournament, we can still get that at minus 115 odds, right? In Pinnacle, they're pricing that the over 35.5, so a full game higher, at minus 129. So this is a bet we want to be all over again as a sports bettor. So we can go ahead and just head over to this as well. And then we want to go to totals, over 34.5. And then let's just double check that this makes sense, right? As a sports bettor, the sharpest bookmaker is pricing over 35.5 at minus 129 odds. So they have the over at minus 129. They have the under at plus 110. So the over at minus 129, the under at plus 110, right? So they're pricing the true odds, once you remove the vig, remove the juice, for over 35.5 games is minus 118. And we can get over 34.5 at minus 115. So this is an absolutely ridiculous bet. You can add it to your bet tracker, of course, if you'd like to. But this is a bet I want to be all over as well. So this is the second bet I want to be on as a sports bettor. So they're going to give me the same stake of 804.50. And again, we're just being data-driven sports bettors, right? We're looking at the market. When I place any of my bets, tons of MLB bets open for tomorrow. You know, now I got some tennis bets in the mix. So Red Sox, Reds, parlay. We got a Royals money line. Always looking for value with the various betting tools on OddsJam, just because really that's, you know, all that matters as a sports bettor. You need to be looking for value. So we have Diego Schwartzman versus Korek. We can click into this, and again, this is the same thing, right? Sportsbooks are setting the line from 38.5 to 39.5. We can still get over 37.5 on WinBet, right? Pinnacle's pricing the over 38 minus 123 plus 105. So the sharpest bookmaker is pricing that the over 38 games should be priced at minus 113. And we can get over 37.5, which is even better, obviously, right? Over 37.5 is better than over 38. And the true odds for over 38 are minus 113, and we can get over 37.5 minus 110. So that's the third bet we want to lock in. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to book a call with us. We have tons of sports betting experts who, you know, can plan calls with you, whatever's helpful to discuss sports betting strategies, things of that nature. You know, really our only job as a sports bettor is to help you out, help you become more profitable and identify profitable bets. All of us love, you know, sports betting, profitable sports betting, and really our goal is just, you know, to help you. So 1, 2, 3 middle bets we locked in. We can look into a few more of them, but kind of as you go down the list, they continue to get worse. But you can see here, like, you know, being able to get, what were we looking at? Vesely minus 5.5 doesn't seem particularly interesting, so maybe I'll skip over that one. But regardless, you can see how you can use this tool to kind of just, as a data-driven sports bettor, continue to look for inefficient lines and where you can squeak out value, right? This is exactly what we want as a sports bettor. When the sharpest sportsbook is pricing the over 38 at a true price of minus 113 once you remove the vig, and we can get that minus 110 for half lower, right? For half a game lower at over 37.5. Like, as a data-driven sports bettor, as a sharp, profitable sports bettor, like, this is what you get excited about, right? This is a clear pricing discrepancy where you have the edge as a sports bettor. You have the edge over the sports book, which is exactly what you want. So hopefully you found this helpful. Feel free to comment any questions about middle betting, middle betting, anything like that. We're happy to help, and thanks so much for your time.